Just in case you were wondering, all the gameplay is from me. I just had to upload it to YouTube so I could record it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be explaining Outlast 1. Only the story though, not the lore. If you want to watch the lore, I guess you can look up on YouTube about the lore. So let's just jump into it. We start off the game by driving to Mount Massive Asylum while hearing this podcast.
You're out late tonight, you may see some low-flying helicopters near Silverthorne and Leadville. Seems the Arapaho Park services will be spraying for an infestation of box elderbugs.
After listening to our podcast of the day, we load up our camera and look around for a while during this unskippable cutscene, zoom in on our past, turn on our night vision, our main weapon, well, only defense mechanism, and we jump into the story on our unknown adventure into Mount Massive Asylum. After we get a little tutorial on how to play the game, and just looking at this place, you know some stuff about to go down. We see a weird person at the window who runs away and turns out the light before continuing on our adventure. Because the door is locked, we have to sneak in so we could get in and record some stuff for our lame YouTube channel that only has 1 subscriber. Anyway, the lights go out and we have to navigate through, which is very short, and we're inside. It was that easy. No security at all. Random TV turns on and it isn't even a good show, so we leave the building. Well, room. For some reason, since Miles is skinny, he can squeeze through gaps. Wow, that was so weird. We can squeeze through gaps, wow. Anyway, someone closes the door on us and then magically locks. Because of course it does. Anyway, we see a vent that we obviously need to crawl through with horror game fashion, and we just can't see. Going through the vent, we see this weird guy that goes through the door before running back in. Wonder if that's the same guy that closed the door on us. After walking around for a while, we get our first jump scare of the day. That traumatizing event, Miles here is clearly starting to see why he should have broke into here, because after he sees a dead guy with that up his
You have to hide. Can unlock the main doors from security control. You have to get the out of this terrible place.
After seeing that poor guy get hanged, we see a big figure who you will know very soon and is very iconic to this game. Like, I'm not kidding, this guy shows up everywhere. And actually, sooner than later, actually, he's right here, right now.
Little pig.
You're wondering who that was? That was our prime antagonist for the whole game. This is Chris Walker, the guy who hanged that guy on a pole. More on him later. After getting thrown off a 7-top upstairs, we get meet by Father Martin.
I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son.
So yeah, that priest guy, Father Martin, wants us to spread his gospel or whatever. And apparently our job is to spread the gospel, which by escaping and not dying, which is easier said than done. Passed by a guy in a wheelchair, walk in on some dudes watching static TV that seem to have blood on it. Get to the key card we need to get to the door, which is the door I didn't show you because in this playthrough, I guess I just conveniently knew. Mostly because I probably already played it. Dang. Anyway, we get jumped.
Get them out! Please! Listen, please!
Gosh, that was horrifying. Anyway, we walk into the bathroom and see a witness that is dead, I guess. Whoever what you witnessed, he couldn't share. And if Father Martin did that, I guess he didn't want that guy sharing the gospel. Of course, it wouldn't be no fun if we beat the game already, so Father Martin turns off the power. Yep, so now we're tasked to turn on the power. Side quest time. So we hear this. Boy over here came downstairs to meet us and finish the job. Luckily for me, I was able to sneak out and run towards where we need to go to turn on the power. Since, he's kind of big, he can't fit through here, so we lose him for now and go to turn on the power, which we have no idea where it is, so hold on a minute. After turning those on, of course, a guy busts through the door like he's the Kool-Aid man, and we have to hide from him. Of course, that doesn't last long, but for me, it does, because he walks right past me. Because, enemies can't see you in the dark, but you have a big advantage because you have the nightlight. Well, night vision, so you can see them and see where they go, but they can't see you, since they don't have night vision. Turn on the power and make a U-turn to try to go back, but, of course, the guy's on our tail now. Well, not really, but we have to sneak past him again. Get to the generator and turn it on. Let there be lights. But, you can't hear the music, but I got caught by the guy. But I was able to run and squeeze through, since I guess these enemies' weakness is just small, tight spaces. Of course, we try to get out, but Father Martin comes up again and stabs us with a probably not clean needle. And it's not a doctor, so I'm worried about what type of infection we have now. Anyway, he turns our head towards the camera to show us something, and it is unsettling.
Can you? Our Lord, the Wall Rider, tearing his truth into the unbelievers. The only way out of this place is the truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
After taking a little nap, we wake him in his cell and get flashbanged for some reason. And yep, we're dizzy now. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have an infection or a sneezing and coughing. Anyway, a nice gentleman opens the door for us, and we're able to escape. And it is not friendly out here.
Get back! Get the thing! Ah!
So yeah, clearly, these guys are tripping. After we meet my two favorite characters in this game besides, whatever character, the twins, which are people who walk towards you to try to kill you. They're not really that much of a threat, though.
Father Martin's man.
Maybe.
He looks nervous.
I would like to kill him.
As would I.
The preacher asked us not to.
It would be impolite.
Not here.
We give him a running start.
There's an idea.
And when we kill him slow.
Such patience.
I want his tongue. And liver.
They are yours.
Called a freak by this guy.
What the f*** with you? You weren't invited to this, you god... No! You like to watch? It's sick. You're sick.
After getting called sick by the hypocrite who were just doing something you might not like if you played the game yourself. Anyway, we find a new mechanic now. So, we can move toward ledges now. Yay. So concerned that we're going the same way as the twins and get meted by this guy.
You, I didn't wait until I finished. Oh, but I saved some for you.
Getting meet by that freak, we're instructed to follow the blood trails, which I think we shouldn't be doing since... Isn't that what you're not supposed to do? Because you never know who drew that blood in the first place. Get some instructions from this good man. After listening to this good man, we go down the drain. Well, I guess the hole. And we learned that doors will slow our pursuers, which means we're about to get chased very soon. Get told to be quiet by this guy so we don't get killed. Like, you know, the guy he was just beating up. Went to the security door to activate that other door we needed to get to, but of course, there's a guy in there that we need to avoid. So, our first variant chasing us ever named Chris Walker. Anyway, we mount over and get to a cage. That's my strategy. I get to a dark cage and he just goes away. Goes down some stairs which he doesn't come back from. So nice. We get to have a nice path to the security door. Also, the twins are starting to get a little hangry now.
Tons of patience, Job-like in the suppression of our desires.
But now we indulge
Yes,
his tongue and his liver.
yours.
Mine.
So that's gonna be a big problem later. Not really, but they're gonna be chasing us now. If you can even call their sections chases. They're kinda there just to creep you out. Anyway, we go towards the same direction they were just in for some reason. But it's the only way we can go. Walking down here, we see Big Chris Boy rip off someone's head. See some guys head down a hole, which we need to get to now. But surprise, we get a little visit from the twins in their first section, but they're not really a threat yet. But don't worry, they'll appear a lot more often. After nearly getting sliced into chopped cheese, we get a nice visit from Chrissy Walker here. And yeah, I just jump into the vent. Unfortunately, that doesn't get us to escape him, and he jumps down with us into this dark room, which is kind of good since, once again, enemies can see while it's dark. Eventually get to his weakness, which are gaps, escaping him once more. And also get jump scared by this weird guy. Also meet this guy who has a straitjacket on and has really funny dialogue. This guy get thrown off a roof? That must have hurt. Broken some bones there. And they try to do the same thing to me, but luckily Miles has skills and dodges it like it's a parkour course. Eventually we get to the hole that we saw from upstairs and go down into... Of course, since we can never get away from this guy, Chrissy Walker comes back to finish the job once again, but fails because of our nice skills. Escape down the ladder that was filled up earlier, and once again escape him, since we're just good like that. He has nothing on us. Here we see Weird Boy peek out at us before, I don't know, going back up. And we get to the admin block. It is tasked to find a way out of the sewer. A guy with a flashlight, the only other sane person in this place.
The doctor's dead, you know that, right? Dr. Wernicke died before he even started working here. What kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients? That's the question.
After listening to that guy's Dairy podcast, we go back down another set of ladder to go down into our first choice of the game, the male block and the female block. King, since the door is locked in. When Chris Walker comes back, since we hear his theme song in his footsteps. After that narrow escape of almost being turned into squash cheese, we escape him once more and get into my favorite part of the game, the mail ward. Yeah, and also we can push stuff now. And stumble into the best chasing in the game. course, we don't escape that easily and get back in pursuit very soon.
You can't hide!
Who's down there? You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live.
You finally made a friend? Well, no, because, we just waltzed into the worst doctor's appointment we are ever gonna get in our whole life. Taunts us with an exit that we will very soon get to, don't you worry. Cuts off our finger with his big scissors, ow, and slaps the heck out of us. And cuts off the other one. Yeah, those aren't regrilling. He literally cut them so bad that our first finger, we can literally see the bone. But I guess, lucky for us, thanks to our newly cut nails, we get to escape and get a little sick. Ugh. He does to his former executive friend and see him turn the guy into Swiss cheese by stabbing him in a very painful place, in his chest or stomach. Grab the key we need, but of course Traeger, the finger taker, actually, never mind, forget I said that. I might get copyrighted by somebody else who probably said that. Yeah, now I remember how the beat said that. Never mind, forget I said that. I can't believe I'm keeping this in. We unlock the elevator and start to go down to the down floor, but Traeger ain't gonna let us get away that easily. So of course, we have to kill him. After we meet up with the priest again, who stabbed us in the chest and stopped us from escaping, but he's kind of our only guy that doesn't try to kill us, so we follow him to the upstairs. Well, outside. So finally we get to get some fresh air. Sad backstory of a guy mourning over, you know, him being turned into a lunatic and stuff. And have to turn valves. Well, of course, Big Chris is back, and he gets the first hit on me. After avoiding him, we turn on the sprinklers and is able to clear the fire so we can get to the kitchen. Jump by this guy who was just sane and pushes us down. We lost one soldier. After we get some fresh air, we grab the key we need to get to a gate. Face to face with the wall rider. After we jump down into this hole in this big area, which of course Chris is in. Guess big fella had to get some fresh air too. Anyway, that was the end of my PlayStation recording because it had a limit on it. But don't worry, I'll finish an explanation in part 2.